business tends to be a male-dominated arena. Very. And as you were talking about, I'm thinking about, I'm like, damn, it really is. And how does a female stand out? How does a female like get into that world and just, because like I everything you've been saying, like, hey, I'll run through a brick wall. I'm willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. I'm willing to like fucking die for this. Like that whole mentality. Like, how does that work in that world?
I've been embarrassed a lot. I've been told no way more times than I've ever been told yes. And so I think, again, it goes back to, like, that self-belief. Like, at some point, people bring out the fucking lion in you. Like, you know, and I go back and forth because a lot of times, like, people get told no and they totally shut the fuck down. They just stop even trying. They stop thinking about what they want. They don't know anymore, right? And so I'm blessed in the way that it worked reverse, but I guess that's why.
For you, it motivates you.
Yeah, as a personal mission, I like connecting with those people, though.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Scalers Only Show, where we talk real estate, business, lifestyle, and everything in between. Today, I got Nicole Ditommaso.
Ditommaso.
The fire queen herself.
Not
tequila queen.
Not Italian
queen.
at all.
That's your IG too, right?
The Fire Queen, yeah.
Love it. So, explain the Fire Queen.
You know, it just kind of made sense. I own a hot sauce company, so yeah, and I drink tequila, so it's like constant burning. Fire, I don't know.
Fire.
Yeah, fire.
Tequila, hot sauce, same.
You want to give a little intro of yourself as well, too? You're from Columbus, Ohio, and...
Yeah, from Columbus, Ohio, own a hot sauce company called Sauce Boss Gang. And
I love that name.
Yeah, I'm here to hang with the guys tonight.
SBG.
Hanging
in the house.
Guys.
I don't know that SBG's taken yet. I mean, like, Snoop Dogg's got, like, DPG and, like, you know, there's, like...
The LBC.
Dog Pound Gangsters.
Oh, I thought it was like a horn thing.
No.
Wiz Khalifa's
Trademark. I'll get right on that.
Yeah. So tell us about Sauce Boss Gang.
Yeah, so Sauce Boss Gang is a hot sauce company that I started about 3 years ago.
Why?
Why? Yes. Okay, so this is going to sound
Bobby's
crazy.
grilling.
At the time, I had an executive position with a different company, and I keep a book of businesses, because I know you asked me this earlier, a book of businesses in my lifetime that I want to start. And
really?
So, yes. And so this it was a passion project. And then when my contract was up, COVID happened. And so then I just like everything I do, I can't just have a passion project. It had to be a business. So then I just hit the ground running with it, and here we are.
And now you're killing it with it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So our whole thing is we're more than a condiment, right? So all of our flavors are meant to be used in dishes, drinks, and desserts. So that kind of gives us a little bit edge on other flavors you might see in the market.
Dishes, drinks, and desserts.
There it is, right?
You said that once or twice.
Yes. Dishes,
that's nice. I've never
desserts.
heard that before.
Yeah.
She's also a marketing genius.
I see that. I see that.
Nicole, like, everything aside, she's like one of the strongest, like, hustling women that, not like
thank you.
if you, like, Google hustler female online, well, no, there's a magazine. Never mind. Don't Google that.
Hopefully I don't show up.
Not what I'm trying to go with that. But, like, seriously,
Oh,
the hardest working females that I know, like, seriously, anything, like, marketing, business, your previous business that you're part of,
yes.
you grew that into a big major. I don't want to name or anything, but that one's huge.
Yeah, that one was.
And that was in, like,
one.
it's not cosmetics, but what's that considered?
Yeah, cosmetology realm. Yeah. Mm-hmm, definitely.
So it should just be called Boss Gang.
Yeah, just a boss.
She sauce on top, yeah.
I do marketing for other companies still on the side all the time. And it's actually funny because one of my biggest competitors just hired me to do marketing.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Can you say it? You can't say it.
I'm not going to say.
Frank's? Is it Frank's?
No, it's not Frank's.
Put that shit on everything.
It was funny though.
Dude, I remember the first time I had Cholula.
I love Cholula.
Yeah.
There's a place
I don't love them anymore.
Yeah, I will say that. There's a definite place for it.
I bought hot wings. She's like,
alright.
We busting those out already.
I was originally going to bring pocky chips to do a challenge,
waiting
but
to do this.
since you're late, I don't want them to get cold, and like literally we couldn't do the hot chip challenge, so we'll do a hot wing challenge.
Yeah, this
We're
is
still looking for sponsors, so hot chicken takeover.
Oh yeah.
You want to sponsor us? We're here. Since you don't do wings, you can
waiting.
break a piece off the
Okay.
tenders.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
And we gotta try the different hot sauces, right?
Yeah, I have.
these are
little-
already hot.
Well,
Are those hot?
But you can dip it in those sauces too.
dude, I already
Those
see.
are
I already
already
see my
hot?
life going down.
Yeah, that's why. So you gotta try this. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, you're like, oh shit.
We're just trying out the rip. Like, let's
No,
ruin
so you
the
got the milk
podcast.
over there.
We just have tequila.
I don't think this is that hot.
Listen,
though,
you can
but
chase it down
It's the
with
closest
the
thing I can
El
find.
Jefe.
I'll do
Here.
the finger.
Oh, thank
the
you.
finger.
So
The finger challenge.
Another one.
because I want to travel back after we do this.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Depending on how hot this is,
Ask
we should
it.
try my sauces first.
Okay,
That's
we'll
what
try
I'm
yours
saying.
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should.
I think that's
Then
what
we'll
we
do
should go.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, she's got mini spoons
Yeah,
here that
yeah.
we can try this.
So-
Let's do it.
Let's.
So,
Yeah.
your favorite sauce was again
My
the
favorite sauce is our hottest sauce. It's the white label, the La Jefa, and that is a garlic scorpion pepper with habanero mash and mustard seed. So
That was the people's favorite or something you were saying
yes,
earlier
so
to
that
show
one
you the
Didn't it win an
just
award?
won People's Choice Award down in Dallas, Texas. So one of the
So
biggest
awesome.
hot sauce shows
She's
in the
national,
country.
So if this won in Dallas, it's legit.
yeah.
It's legit. I
It's
should have
legit.
brought the fucking
Hey, yeah.
ribbon.
This is like
Yeah, where's your ribbon?
I should have fucking brought
Jenny's
it.
mini spoons. Where'd you get these?
Yeah.
From Jenny's.
I wanna
Okay.
get-
Jenny's like, where are my
These
spoons
ain't-
No,
at?
that's a collab
Listen,
I really want.
These ain't Jenny's anymore.
Ooh,
This is
like
SBG's.
a spicy
I
ice
usually
cream.
have red ones, so I'm a little off-brand. So I
Like a spicy ice cream with
Yeah.
Jenny's. Oh
we
yeah.
need-
They have
do you
that
want-
hot
there's
Thai one or
four.
something.
Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
first
Okay.
flavor we'll pass
it
around
Yeah. Okay.
is going to be the coffin. This is one of
Okay.
our most popular. This is a garlic habanero
What
with
It's like
sweet
an
What?
infomercial now.
I'm like, yeah, I'm cool.
Hey,
I'm cool.
what inspired the
'Cause there's-
name?
There is a.
medium heat profile on this. This is like every day. Not one of our number one sellers.
We're all gonna do it at once.
It's just
Let's
kind of
try it.
like that buffalo
I was wanted to wait.
vibe.
What do you think?
Oh, that's good. Garlicky.
It's very
It's
good.
very
garlicky
garlicky.
and it's
This is one of
salty,
my favorite ones actually.
and it
Top two
tones
favorite.
down how hot it is because it's hot,
Yeah. I don't
but it's very good.
Oh, are you already sweating? Can't take the heat?
Dude, my bald spot's sweating. That's why.
Luckily that light's not on right now. We get really shiny.
That is good. So that one's medium.
So it's medium.
So they range from
So
medium to hot AF.
hot as fuck, yeah.
I love that. It's literally on the.
Right
it's
on
literally
the white, yeah, on the
shit,
white
it's
one.
on the
Look,
white
that looks
one.
like the Scarface picture of you
Look.
almost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
pass this around. So this one,
That's almost like the right amount of heat, though.
yeah,
for
it's
me.
good. Like every day, it's good. This
Yeah.
one isn't.
It's an everyday heat.
The Granada is a Spanish chipotle, so this one is not hot. I don't think it's very
Smoky.
very smoky, very mesquite. So you'll
Oh,
probably
damn,
like
I
this
did
one.
it.
Oh, that'd pair
It's okay, that's
perfect with
not
the
bad.
mezcal.
It
So
would.
these are like hot sauce shots.
Yeah.
Well, you're taking them like shots. Why are you getting so much?
The best part is they're so damn flavorful.
I'm trying to get involved. Okay?
I'm trying to get
Trying to be a good sport
get
here.
involved.
Well,
That would be good in chili.
No, that one's awesome. That one's also really
Dude,
good
I
in
love the
Bloody
smokiness of
Marias.
that.
Yeah, I knew you would like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We talked
I
about
guess
it off air.
while we're doing this, we might as well get a little bit
That's not
into
super
it.
hot,
So
though.
No, that one.
It's got heat, but it's like a.
why hot
It's
sauce? Why
oh,
hot
it's like a-
sauce?
Why hot sauce? Because I just had a book and of businesses I wanted to create.
Was hot sauce top
and
of the
that
list?
was it. It was before it was like so trending. Like
Yeah.
now, I'm like
That's true.
the second I pulled the trigger, everyone
Oh, that
was
one's
like
so
making a hot
good.
sauce.
The Granada's bomb.
You like the
It is.
Granada?
Oh, yeah.
It's bomb.
Okay,
That's
Don
my shit.
Juan.
Like I'm
David
not like
Luch.
No
I'm not
stopper
tore up
on
right
this,
now,
so like be careful.
but I still feel like I might need like some ranch or
Shit,
some
this-
So a smoky ranch, one of our restaurant partners does a smoky ranch with that Granada. They sell out of it all the time. They love it. So this is a mango scotch bonnet. So this is going to be
Dude,
very
this is my
sweet
favorite
forward.
episode already.
Cheers.
Sweet forward
Mm.
with the scotch bonnet in the background.
Now, how did you make these? Like, did you
Try to
create them?
cleanse
Or?
my palate.
So you know what? I'm a big believer, and if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, go to the experts. And I don't know shit about making
Yeah,
hot
so we
sauce. So I just contacted, an expert in the industry.
man.
Mango,
that one
dude,
is
yeah, mango.
And yeah, mango, and just
Hey,
started developing flavors.
well
Mango
done.
bango.
Thank you. That one's actually going away.
That one would be so
Limited
good on a
edition.
wing.
I
Really?
know. Yeah, that one's fire on wings. for
This,
sure.
this I don't agree with it going away.
Well,
Like,
the numbers do.
like, listen, These mangoes are high priced right now. Thank you, inflation.
They are. That is a very expensive sauce to make.
Now, is there anything
Really?
besides mango that you can put in there that like makes it
Even less
costly?
costly.
Like because mango's kind of like the hot thing right now. You
This
know?
is the thing. I love the mango. I love that flavor. It has been well received, but it is almost like seasonal in sales. So
Summer.
yeah, so
Really?
summer it blows up and then trails off. So we're just gonna anchor the collection with another really awesome flavor that we've been working
I mean,
on.
going a little bit of business, how do you put this stuff out? Like, is it very difficult to put out? And like, how do you like market? Is like the hot sauces with all the competition out there? Because there's so much.
It's the last one.
La Jefa.
Okay, so this is
Girl
the
boss.
garlic scorpion pepper. So just a
I
little
need
bit
to
on
pump
this.
up some
But
for-
yeah, it is. It's hard in the sense of being
Put your
on a
Rocky
shelf
song.
with a bunch of hot sauces, but in the sense of what we actually do in the market, collaborating with large liquor companies, collaborating with local restaurants, infusing the sauce, like I said, in dishes, drinks, and desserts. It's making our local restaurants money doing business with us. So that's what we focus on.
So you're building a
And-
brand then too. Like everyone's getting the name recognition and the brand on that.
Yeah, exactly. And then they put the lips, like the restaurants anyways, will put the lips right next to the menu item, and it just naturally draws conversation, and they're able to upcharge from using a local community-driven
It definitely
product.
catches the eye.
Yeah, and people love it.
What
They
inspired the
love it.
logo? Anything in particular?
My smile, actually.
The lips.
Holding back on that one.
Oh shit!
Holy crap! Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even put two and two together.
Yeah.
Oh
Can you guys
shit!
say a quick prayer for me?
Just a dab.
I
That's
didn't.
not.
What did
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It tastes good. It's got.
Is that considered a double dip?
Warning, and you guys are just like going.
It's
in.
got a little ninja kick.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo! Shit.
Just
yeah,
do
yeah.
a little-
All right, Chuck Norris, I'm doing this for you, guy.
Jimmy Buffett.
That's not bad.
Well,
See, you're good.
it's good, but that's some hot shit.
Now I want you to try the wing.
Oh yeah. Now I'm like, but yeah, that one's.
Even though it's spicy, though, like seriously, I was saying earlier, it's like everyone has its own flavor. That's the best part about the sauce, because it's not just to kill you with all the super spice,
You can
but
cut
it's
me off
really
like
tasty.
half of one of those. That's like, good.
Tell them.
Hopefully
So,
it's like
so
less
what were you doing?
But
What were you
no,
doing
it's-
before you
the
decided
flavor was
to
amazing.
start your own business?
So, interesting fact about me: I've only worked for 2 people in my entire life.
Your whole life?
I mean, if we're counting like actual career,
Yeah.
if we're, But I was in product development and sales.
That makes sense.
So,
So this was right up your alley.
yeah, I think anything like sales driven is up my alley. Is it hot?
No,
With the
I had that. Now I'm eating this. And I don't like this anymore. No, I swear to goodness. Like, I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, you're
They're
part of
like,
the gang now.
Gang, gang, gang.
All right.
Like, this tastes generic to me.
It kind of
Don't,
does,
don't
actually.
shit on hot chicken. It's also a local biz.
This is a good wing,
Kind
though.
of.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of.
I thought it'd be spicier. I guess I was wrong.
I was just gonna say what you said. Like, what are these? This is like a death.
This is
thing,
their
or
holy shit or holy fire sauce, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's holy shit.
Like, I don't think so.
Nah,
Rebrand.
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 Hey, if you guys want some
Yes.
hot sauce.
But by the way, yeah. No, but good chicken. But I agree. Not.
It is
Chicken's
good
great.
chicken.
I was
I said
thinking it
originally I
was
wanted
gonna
the
be
pocky,
like.
but couldn't find the pocky chip.
It's like hot for no reason. Like, like if it's gonna be hot, like I want like something behind it.
Right. Some
Yeah.
notes.
I'm part of like these wing connoisseur like Facebook groups.
I post on there all the time.
Are you serious?
Being connoisseurs of Columbus?
Yeah.
What's up?
There's 13,000 people
I'm
in
the
there, you know what I mean?
moderator.
Yeah. Actually, that's my group. I'm joking.
Dude, I'm in there, man. I'm in there like swimwear. It's just that's my guilty pleasure. Is like, I'm a very Midwest simple guy. Like I like beer,
Yeah.
good times,
Football, wings.
and some wings.
Yeah.
And like they all kind of go together, And when
Oh,
you go
yeah.
to places, especially in the Midwest,
Definitely.
that's kind of the thing that brings us together.
Yeah.
Bush lights.
Yeah, bush lattes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a Miller
Boosh
latte, Boosh latte, yeah.
So what's next for you with this hot sauce now?
What's next for me is actually we're bringing on a few more products in 2023. We're actually not moving away from the sauce, but we're adding to. So we're gonna get into the spice realm. And I have something really, really cool that I've been working on for literally the last year and a half.
Nice.
That'll drop. So, and we're collabing with a major liquor company to do something that's like off the charts. So that I'm also not allowed to say yet. But.
Damn.
What's the word of advice
Everything's
you have
hush
for someone
hush.
then? Like, you obviously know how to build some businesses. You're getting traction. If someone's trying to get into something or a product, what's one of the biggest things someone can do, or how do they go about starting a brand or like something like that?
Man, I think like.
You've
Given
been pretty
my
good at it.
background is in like development, it's not in the food industry. So I guess my biggest advice would be don't let your fears stop you doing anything. But if you don't have per se expertise in the exact area, just find the experts. It really can be that easy.
And just learn.
Yeah.
And take advice, read everything, and just
Soak it all in.
start. Yeah, just start. You know, it's amazing. Like what a few questions and a few answers where they will lead you.
We do the same thing. I guess the Mastermind Groups.
Yeah.
That's what that is, right?
For sure.
You all right there?
Yeah. I'm a little sweaty. Dude,
I've never seen Terry so quiet a little bit.
10 minutes.
Listen. My left eye sweats and my bald spot sweats. All right,
Your
and I'm
eye
cool with-
sweats?
It's just
Like
a
the
left. It's a
top
left
or
one.
the-
Like I'm like TLC with the left eye. It just keeps sweating.
So you said you
No,
had
but
some.
like the top or the bottom? Like
What?
your eye sweats,
It's
like
just-
your eyelid?
It's right here.
Okay.
I don't understand. It's just what happens. Okay. Like I can still I can do this with my eye, but I can't do the other eye. But anyways, I want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you worked for two people,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, for me personally, like I don't feel like working for like I'm on the train of when you work for somebody else. Like I'm not like against that. Like I think
No, not at all.
you can make a very very successful career, life,
100%.
business. And to me, we're always working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is working for his investors.
Yep.
He's working for his shareholders. He's working for everyone else.
Not on Twitter anymore. He's stepping down.
Touche. But you're always working for somebody else, just in a different way. So, like, kind of what got you there? Like,
I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I think it was just seriously in my DNA. Like I've been like this ever since I was a little girl. Like I literally remember being in 5th grade and us having like a chocolate sales contest, and the winner got a tour of the Anthony Thomas Chocolate
That's
Factory.
cool.
Hell
Out of
yeah.
the whole school, like 3 people got to go, and I'm like, I'm fucking getting in that
Over and
tour.
over.
I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
Did you get it?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah. My
Like,
poor
did you
little
not just
knuckles
hear?
at the time knocking on fucking doors and all that. I mean, I went everywhere.
That
And
was
it's
back
just
when
like
you used to have the fundraisers every year
Right,
for
the whole
school.
sheet where
Yeah,
you're
that's
like-
right.
marking
Take it to
it
your
off
grandma,
and
sell the
tallying
popcorn
shit.
and the-
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So I really think it's like it really is in my DNA. It is who I am. Like business, I like to say, is like my love language. Like it brings me happiness. I get to help others build. I get to share my journey. Hopefully that can inspire someone. I know other people's journeys inspire me. So fortunately, I don't think it's something I work for. It just is.
Just happens.
If that makes any fucking sense.
Who's somebody that inspires you a lot?
no, it does. I mean, there's
David Goggins.
Yeah,
She loves Goggins.
Tony
Tony
Robbins.
Robbins.
Yeah, I was in Vegas and Tony Robbins was doing one of his seminars. And I met one of his like coaches at the bar just for a quick second. He's like, "Oh yeah, Tony will be walking through here." And I'm telling you, and I've never seen him live. That's one on my list this year or whenever he's accepting people. When he walked through that lobby, you could feel his energy. It was insanely magnetic and inspiring, and to this day I've never felt anybody have energy like that, and he didn't say a fucking word to me.
Just walk by.
And so that's one of my goals in life too. Like he carries himself extremely strong and successful, but like you were saying, like it was a comfortableness that like just went miles.
Aura.
Yeah.
Why
no
Goggins?
ego. No Goggins. I like how real he is. I just like how he's real. Like this is life. It's a fucking mess,
She's like-
and it's fucking hard.
He's all grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, and that's what a lot of it is. Like, listen, there's always someone is smarter, faster, better, and he's just like, show the fuck up and do the work and you're going to get there. And I think for me, that's worked.
So when you first like decided to like go out on your own, like what was the first venture?
First venture was it was in the cosmetology industry and aesthetics industry, and I worked for someone for about 6 years, building a clientele, all that. And one day there was an incident, and there were underlying factors to how this person managed. I'm sure we've all been there where someone's just a little erratic and, whatever. And basically he told me... What you looking at me for? I don't want to be the one stirring up.
Terry's emotional. He's emotional.
Okay. Yeah. So long story short, he pulled something one day. He pulled something one day and told me to get the fuck out. And that he was sick of me thinking that I was better than what I was, and I was nothing without him, and all my clients would stay and basically fuck you. And so, like you were telling your story, your epiphany moment, right?
Yeah.
In Key West.
Off air, yeah.
Yeah. Off air.
Oh, we can do it on air.
Yeah, no, but I had one. I was like, I just spent the last 6 years of my life busting ass for you and myself, but like, fuck you. And so I was jogging one day. This is hilarious. I lived above the fucking spa at the time. I rented the place so I could work all the time. So I saw the motherfucker all the fucking time.
Stomp on the ceiling.
So funny. But anyway, so I'm jogging around the block one day and I see a building in a better location on High Street. And I'm like, why the fuck should I lose my clients? Fuck this shit. So I'm like, well, but there's no way I could probably get this space, but let's just give it a whirl. 4 months up and running my own spa, took all my clients, better location, better spot, and said, no, fuck you. And I think that was kind of...
Show yourself you can do it.
Exactly. The self-belief aspect.
I feel like that self-belief, like that cockiness probably helps you, especially like approaching all these random businesses. Like you have to...
But I don't find it as cockiness. I find it as like sometimes you meet people in life that literally force you.
Yeah.
To like dig deep and find parts of yourself that you didn't believe in.
But it's just like a toughness. It's not even a cockiness.
Yeah,
it's just like,
And I mean, for the hot sauce, I don't feel that way because I know I'm, for the majority, helping people make money with it and explaining how they can and all that. So, but yeah.
That's awesome. So you use this, you pair with cocktails and stuff, or you make cocktail inspired?
Yes. So I work with a lot of liquor brands like Maker's Mark, Herradura, Kettle One. And so basically like what I'll do is I will collaborate with a cocktail with some of these brands and I'll shop it to my restaurants. And what's nice about that is I'm able to say, pick the radius and where it's offered so none of the restaurants are competing with each other, but also giving them something exclusive and exciting to offer. I'm helping the liquor brand, I'm helping the restaurant, and I'm getting my literal mission out in the world.
What are some of the cocktails?
Spicy margarita.
Yeah, let's talk about that shit. I'm getting all excited now. I mean, we got some Patron on the table.
I should have brought a cocktail tonight and
oh my god, that would have been awesome.
That
spicy cocktail with the hot wings paired with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Ask me in January, I would have definitely said no. Or I'm 75 hard or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I do want to go back for a second. So definitely. That was like the first like go around, and I know at least for me, when you have people or employees or whatever, my biggest thing is like, dude, if you can do more without me or you've outgrown me, great. I just want to figure out how to be your partner later. Yeah. It's not a combative thing.
Right.
I want people, like I genuinely want everyone I come in contact with to be successful and succeed. So like you had that experience, you did that. And then when was the time that you wrote down the list of all the businesses that you wanted to start? And did you put like timelines of those, or like how did that work?
I never put a timeline actually. I just put things that like inspire me, knowing that I want to do them one day. Because to me, like I do like timelines sometimes in business, but I've learned that if you're putting it on paper, you're working towards it in the world, like literally it could happen overnight or it could happen 10 years, but whatever fucking time it happens, it was the right time. So I try for me
I love that.
not to hold myself so strictly to a timeline, because there's a lot of times in my life I have, and I've been severely disappointed that I didn't achieve that exact timeline. But hindsight 2020, knowing now, it was all because there was such a better timeline than the one I created.
How many businesses were on that list?
I think there's like at least 30 right now.
It's gonna take over the world.
Yeah.
So, do you have enough life to be able to do that much?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nicole doesn't sleep.
It's about momentum.
So I'll say this: like
Lifespans are getting longer.
Like comparing a little bit of my journey to yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back in 2013, I was working at Chase Bank. I was a real estate guy, but one of my dreams was to open up a brewery.
Oh, cool.
I'm like a craft beer nerd.
Okay.
Like very few people know that about me, but I love like the whole craft beer scene and just how
It's
it is and
huge.
different.
What's that one beer that we opened up for your bachelor party night or whatever?
Dark Lord Day.
Yeah, you
And
made like.
So who
literally,
makes that? Dark
I don't know.
Three Floyds over in
He said he
Indiana.
saved it for 13 years
So-
or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah,
It
it was,
didn't taste good.
I thought it was amazing. So like
Strong.
there was literally a
Beer
beer
doesn't
that was
age.
11 years old that
Wow.
I got. It was like $600 beer. So
And that's
for beer,
the price
that's
went
a
up,
lot,
by the way.
right?
Yeah.
How much is $1,000 bottle of beer? It's a $1,500 bottle of beer. It's $2,000. The more he drank, the price went up.
Listen, it was a great day.
It
in my
was-
life,
it was-
okay? It was a great day. in my life.
Those are they're
But-
limited release for sure.
But during that period, what I found out very quickly is you become known as something. Your identity becomes tied to the business that you own.
Yeah.
So I was the beer guy, and it just so happened that like
I really don't
I
see
would-
you as the beer guy.
I'm not the beer guy. I just thought I was the business guy. But then once you own a
That
brewery,
makes
guess what?
sense.
Now you're the beer guy.
Makes sense.
And so now, like for you, like you're kind of the hot sauce girl.
I'm definitely the hot sauce girl.
I mean, that's
100%.
a cool name, like hot
The
sauce
Fire
girl.
Queen, dude. The
No,
Fire
Fire
Queen.
Queen.
I love
I'm
that.
about
I
it.
love that fucking
But
nickname.
like you want to do all this and that, and there's all these other things that you want to do and accomplish. But this is the thing for now.
Yeah.
And so, how do you get people on board with what you're doing now, as opposed to what you want to do in the future? Because people will tie you to a business and to an identity.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I don't know if I have the answer. But what I can say is I've crossed over from being known in the aesthetics world for 15 years. And so when I jumped into hot sauce, people were like, the fuck are you even And I'm like,
I've heard the same shit.
No,
I'm sure that'll
so
stick.
I'm
is
like,
probably what
I wish I could tell you. And like you guys ask, like, what made you start this? And people, I'll tell you the deeper backstory, but in a nutshell, it's like I have a track record.
Yeah, so your reputation precedes itself.
Yeah,
Whatever you touch, it's
of
like
just
you can do
doing
anything. Yeah.
what I'm doing and doing it to produce. So it's like, yeah, a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people were against me in the hot sauce, but they laughed at me. They fucking laughed at me. Like, what do you mean you're going to do hot sauce?
I'm not fucking laughing. That shit was great. And
Thank you.
I eat wings like 4 times a week now.
Thank you.
You want some more wings?
I know,
That's my off season. Off air.
You have an off season?
Yeah, a little bit. December's my off season, man. January's dry January. Then you got 75 hard you got to do every year. It's just
Every year.
you got to.
But yeah, so I think like now I guess to me it's like I don't care if you call me the hot sauce girl or this girl or that girl. It's like at the end of the day, if you have the capacity to take a look at the bigger picture, I'm a fucking businesswoman because it doesn't matter what industry I'm in, I'm making shit happen. I'm doing what I say I'm gonna do. And so to me that's the fucking proof. Like single-handedly on 120 shelves. I don't have a distributor. I don't have.
She's literally out there. Like she'll drive to Dallas, dude.
Yeah,
Like, go there.
yeah.
Like, she's like.
I literally had
the grassroots person, hands down.
Yeah, and that's because I want to learn the environment so that when the company does expand to other people, I am teaching the right fundamentals for some of these because I'm not an expert in doing fucking hot sauce shows yet and all this. So. For
You're
me,
one now.
it's just like, yeah.
I will come on and try the hot sauces.
Yeah.
Do you
I will
use that
definitely
as
do that.
like additional fuel when people like had laughed at you or doubted you? Like when times get tough, it's like
You know what? I think there's like ups and downs. I think, it's been a really tough 3 years. I think we can all agree there's been so many dramatic, like it's like, and
Especially
so
now.
No, and I was just having this conversation. Like, I think things are worse right this second than they ever were, just like fluctuations and stuff. That's me, but I think there's times where I do. I think there's times where I do, and I think there's times I'm just being totally transparent that I've been like, damn, like I am in this whole other industry that I don't have expertise in, but I think I've trained myself to just snap out of that because, you know.
When you said your costs that just this past year have gone up or over
a year and a half,
230%.
Mm-hmm.
On the sales side,
crazy?
like one of the things that I always say is, well, two things. Sales always cures all.
Yeah.
And also too, if you have, like in the real estate world, you know, one of our businesses is real estate. If you have a great deal, there will always be a buyer.
Yeah.
If you have a great product, there will always be a buyer.
Yeah.
And for you got a fucking great product.
Thank you.
As someone that eats wings right now, in this course of his life 3 to 4 times a week, I would much rather have this than the generic shit that I just ate.
Dude, that stuff's always good. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not saying anything bad about that. Absolutely, literally, you did that on purpose. You want us to try that first, so afterwards you'd be like, wait.
But, you know, you have a great product, you're going to have a buyer, you know? And so just as long as there's passion behind that, you're going to have even more buyers because they believe in the product and they believe in the person behind the product.
Yeah, and I think, like, to that question, like, 3 questions ago, that's the whole thing of, like, how I identify myself or how I get people to believe. It's like, at the end of the day, people, the start of this, they're not buying the product, they're buying my vision. And so that's what pulls me through in the execution of it, no matter what it is.
I have a question.
Yes.
And this is like the $1 million question.
Oh, shit.
Is it?
How in the hell did you develop this?
Okay. So I just answered it.
She partnered up with people and said what she likes and tastes and did it that way.
Yeah, so it was an evolution. I went straight to the experts. I didn't want to be in the kitchen. I made a decision.
Do you select which flavors and stuff like here? How does that work?
Oh, yeah. You can alter it and all that. I knew kind of what I wanted in the collection. You work with development team.
Yeah.
They send you samples, get it right, all that jazz. But, like, by no means am I a manufacturer. I have zero interest in being a manufacturer, anything like that. So I just want to sell good product and make it fun for people.
Definitely a fun product.
Have you reached out to hot ones?
Yes, I have.
Have you really?
They're sleeping on me, but trust and believe.
What's Hot Ones?
I feel like it's
Hot Ones. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
What's
It's the
so
show
fun.
where literally they eat like 8 hot wings, but they have all the different sauces and they like build up.
And they have celebrities on. Like Gordon Ramsay's was like my ultimate favorite.
Oh, that's
So
very popular. Oh, Gordon Ramsay's dope.
Guy, because like, you know, Flavortown. Fury.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like, we're trying, like, Columbus has no identity, right? Let's just call it what it is. Like, we're Ohio State football.
We're Ohio State, yeah.
But then, like,
Bunch
now
of
there's
beer.
this Flavortown push and all that stuff. But, like, that would probably be a, you know, good connect.
Have you ever tried any like the real hot ones?
Yeah, oh yeah. I've, like
drink milk for,
in August.
I wish I had that stupid cookie chip.
I know.
So
You're like, I wanted to kill someone tonight.
This guy
Really would've been
tried
sweating.
for, I think, the last 3 days.
Trying to find this damn chip. Like, I went to everywhere, all these speedways, everything. Then I realized, why am I driving to all these speedways when I can just call? So today I spent after driving, started calling. Like, no, don't have it. I'm like, Jesus, I forgot that I have this phone here. This thing does used to make phone calls too.
Disconnect.
I mean, you could have had our VA do that.
That's true
in
too.
An hour.
Can you have someone in your business like we use VAs for a lot, and Terry believes in that a whole lot. Is a business that can scale in that way? Like, what's the scalability of a business like this, where you don't have to be there and do stuff, and just have someone just run things that you don't have to be there for?
Yeah, I think when it comes to the wholesale realm, a huge. I've looked into VAs multiple times, so I'm sure it would probably align with kind of like what you guys like, sales leads and all that jazz. So yeah, it's very scalable from an operational standpoint like that. Yeah.
Because especially because I mean you've outsourced pretty much majority of your business at this point.
I mean, you don't need employees in a way, I guess, really, right? Someone's making it for you, so it's a contractor in a way.
I always, and it's like, how much headache do you want to take on? Like, income to headache ratio.
Right.
One of the things I always say. And it's like, employees are headache,
there.
but also too, it's like at a certain point you get enough volume to where it starts making sense. You create layers and all that stuff. I mean, when does that make sense for you?
Yeah, and I think like before off air, we were kind of like wavelengthing about this is
because I mean you're like regional nationwide. I mean, pretty much now.
Yeah, I think in my head there's one more phase that I want to get through, and then with the new products just to kind of test the market and see, but definitely in the sense of like admin and stuff, I'm moving on that, but actual like sales, you know, because in my head I envision, you know, like the Red Bull girls and stuff that go into the bars and like that, like we're
like promo teams and stuff.
So that's the thing. So my marketing company, we do that for other brands right now. So I have contractors that I work with that I will deploy for Sauce Gang events and for outside events too. And there's a huge market for that, but yeah, so it's an evolution, but you kind of see where my head's going. I always test something a million times before I just, you know, fire and forget.
I mean, like, even just trying, like, the hot sauces earlier. Like, dude, I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, if there was, like, a Red Bull or you know, something.
Yeah.
Sauce Gang. Like, you know, I would be the first one trying stuff.
Yeah. You're going to be a Sauce Gang?
Dude,
ambassador.
I feel like I am ambassador. I feel like I am already.
I think you're in the gang.
We'll start rolling into local businesses. We'll just bring our own bottles.
Question I have for you, in your specific business niche. So, what has been one of the toughest things? Because you got manufacturing, you have distribution. Like what?
Design.
Yeah, exactly. Market. Like, what's been the toughest challenge for you?
The cost of goods, for sure. In the last 3 years.
COGS.
Yeah, COGS, for sure.
Fucking COGS.
Fucking COGS will kill you, man. Fuck COVID. COGS will kill you.
Well, especially when they double.
Yeah.
You already have a price point and then it doubles.
So honestly, there was a time, like when you and I were talking about a year and a half ago, where I had to pivot my entire business model every fucking 3 months because shit was changing.
You stopped doing this for a little bit too, right? Like you took a pause from the hot sauce, I remember.
No, I didn't. I never paused.
I just kept it going.
Yeah, I might have maybe been a little bit more quiet because like the thing is during that really turbulent time of COGS mania, I
COGS mania. Dude, can I take that?
Take it. Fucking take
COGS
it.
mania.
But like,
that's exactly what it is.
Just tune out the outside
I literally
world.
couldn't push my product.
Yeah.
That's what I was dealing with. I was like, literally had my fucking hands tied behind my back. Like, we're still here. We're still relevant, but please don't buy us.
Yeah.
Like, what? What the hell, you know? So
That's
it's crazy.
difficult.
Yeah, it was wild. It still is wild. Like, it's,
Is it like the market, like for products like this, is it a very male-dominated industry or a lot of female? Because I know how some industries are very female, some are very male. I don't know much about it. Like,
I would say in the sense of like makers and distributors, I met one female, but in the sense of my demographic that buys the product, I am literally almost 50-50 male-female.
Really?
So I love that.
Damn.
Yeah. No,
I would think it'd be much more male.
Yeah, you would think. It's literally like within a percentage.
Huh. That's interesting.
So.
Very.
How did you hit the ground running? Like, how did you decide, like, oh, I'm going to have to go to X amount of restaurants or, like, distributors?
I had zero plan to go to restaurants.
Really?
So basically, like I told you,
that was a pivot point then.
It was like a passion project, and then it was, I'm sitting on X thousands and thousands of inventory. Like, we're on lockdown, like, for how long? Yeah, it's just like,
I'm just gonna keep saying it. COGS mania.
COGS.
So basically, I was like, what the fuck can I do to get this product out in the world? And actually, that's like when we partnered with Fireproof.
Yeah.
So
that's a pretty good event too. I mean, you do great events around the city.
yeah, it was awesome. So basically, originally, the idea was we'll go to restaurants because they're hurting. We'll work with their mixology and chefs, and we'll curate menus, fixed menus, infusing the product in dishes, drinks, and desserts.
Such a sales lady.
And Sauce Gang will sell all the tickets, and we'll split it right down the middle with you. And that's all we want you to do. And so I did that for first, like, seriously, 18 months, just doing it. And then people were like, oh, wait, I can't order that drink anymore? Like, what's going on? And so the restaurants were like, hey, I don't know if you do any wholesale. And I was like, you know what? I don't know either. Let me figure that out. And so I developed a whole entire restaurant program, and here we are.
So for a lot of our listeners, they're like trying to figure out like in their business or starting a business or how do I even like get money? Because usually it's like you got to have the product or the deal or you got to have the money, right? So like how did you start with like the money piece and figuring out like, because I mean, this obviously took some serious startup capital.
And cogs.
How did you survive Cogs Mania?
So like how does that even like, did you get like an SBA loan? Was there like, do you have investors? Like how did that work?
Yeah, so I will say that I am the bank. I have no debt on this company, no dollar loaned. I've been fortunate in previous ventures, but like I said, this was not a business endeavor to begin with. But I would say for others, in previous ventures, and unfortunately, I didn't qualify for a lot of the SBA loans. Because I was like, you know what, let me take advantage of the time, but it didn't change my circumstances.
Was it more so like, because time in business or just different type of business? Because like I deal with that sometimes.
It was
getting
both.
Into a new venture, it's like, like.
It was both. And
look at you.
Yeah.
Like we've never dealt with a hot sauce startup.
So like everybody's doing a startup, right? But I would just encourage someone with a different circumstance. Right now there's a lot of grants. Really, really investigate the industry that you're looking to get into. Hook up with an expert. There's a lot of grants, loans.
He touched his eye.
I totally did.
He touched his eye.
Dude, I'm like, I'm sitting here like, what the hell are you doing?
Rule number one.
Rule number one, bro. Like if you're eating wings,
you're the one that said that too as a joke. He was like, "Don't touch your eye."
I did.
And then
Continue. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, dude.
Hey,
you shitting me?
That's a little slip up. You want to wash it out with some tequila?
I'm good.
Tequila tears.
So you kind of just bootstrapped it then from the beginning, right?
I did, and I would say, I've done that before in other ventures where I had another job to supplement. So I've been on all sides of the spectrum. Loans, working my ass off just to get capital to continue, to get to a point where you can get a loan or whatever. This venture, I'm fortunate, just isn't one of those.
That's part of the reason you want to go to New York too, right? Is so that you can be an entrepreneur and not just sauce lady, right?
Yes.
That's another question I got for you. Is like Columbus, Ohio, zero identity, right? But that's
a weird city. For sure.
It is.
I think we could all agree.
The 13th largest city in America.
Yeah.
But yet is struggling with an identity. It's kind of like San Jose, California, which is like the 9th largest city.
I don't know anything about San Jose.
Well, we got a hockey team too, but
we're a startup city and we're a test market.
We are.
Very much a test market.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, there is that. But once you get hooked in one of these, primary markets, it's like game over. Like you're in Texas.
Yeah.
Like it's game over, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I will say this. I have been a part of a company that we are growing into a franchise, and which was the end goal, and we all knew that, so that's fine. But we grew way too fast to support at the time. So I think that experience made me extremely cautious of what I bring to the table, what my product and brand brings to the table, but timing wise, like I do not have a gun to my head to sign a deal. And so for me, has it been hard? Absolutely. But it's a real sweet spot for me because this brand is more than a hot sauce to me. It really is literally Sauce Boss Gang has taught me so much about myself just from being like in COVID and having to survive and just pivoting more than I could ever imagine. That it's really like literally a part of my soul. So I don't see myself rushing that next big move. Like it will be, that's why I don't even have a distributor. Like it has to be with someone I really believe in and to promote my product the way that it needs to be promoted in the world. Otherwise, I'll just fucking build that for my damn self.
What's your exit on it? You want to sell it out one day, or are you going to keep it forever?
Absolutely. No.
Like, I want to sell it.
No. Anything I do, I build to sell.
Yeah.
As much as it would. BTS build to sell.
That's right.
Do you plan on
BTS? All of them.
Do you plan on?
She's like, shit, I'm trying to be on a yacht right now.
Do you plan on spending
trying to be in a basement in Columbus?
Other things like your own salsa brand or your own like things that branch off of this?
Oh yeah. In 2023, you'll see some of those.
There we go.
Yeah. So I like
because you already said you're working with liquor companies,
spice-esque products.
Tell me more. Love it.
It's always gonna have like a weird twist on it because it's Sauce Boss Gang, so it's not gonna be like a fucking table salt. I can tell you that.
So like, for me, I see the brand as like okay, it's Sauce Boss Gang, and I like the fact you put gang on the.
So do I.
Because it builds community, and anytime you have a community or someone rallying around your cause,
absolutely. Have you read you have to go to the website and read the mission. It's all basically like we say, like, this isn't about fucking hot sauce. Like, every single bottle is a chance we took on ourselves. So we're rooting for the self-believers of the world. Whatever the next step is, fucking take it. And, together we can pour more confidence into the world. Sauce Boss Gang out.
That's cool.
That's really good. How'd you get so good at marketing?
Yeah. Right.
When I believe in something, I'm a big vision girl. So this is what I do, and it's weird. I've had people be like, what the fuck are you talking about? When I see something, when I feel something, I see it from all the way up here. Like, it's already sold. The deal's already done. This is where it's placed. This is what it looks like. These are the people involved in it. And then I work backwards. I scale it all the way down. And so I've been like that my whole life. I don't know why I work like that. It's just what it is. But so like when I look at Sauce Boss Gang, it really to me is building a community of people that believe in themselves, no matter what that looks like to you. And then also like, skinny girl brands.
Yeah.
That's what
that shit sells, dude.
It does.
Will be like.
It does.
I buy that shit. I'm like, I want to be skinny,
Too bad they don't have chicken wings.
It's skinny girl, Terry.
But it's a brand like that that pivots to. We're really going to become a lifestyle brand, and even when I say that, it's like I'm going to get into cosmetics, tapping into like Boss Cosmetics. This is there's. I have just, when I tell you guys scratch the surface, it's not even that. It's like a grain of sand that you see.
It's a little entry point, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm a big book guy. Okay. And I used to try to do like a book a week. I could never do it. And like now we get mad at myself for like trying to get a book a week. So now I do a book a month. And then, you get excerpts, like little things from other books. But what has been like your favorite business books or things you learned the most from?
There is a book literally called The Marketing Book that I read at least once or twice a year.
Really?
Seriously, because it's like dumbed down, but it makes so much freaking sense. And every time I get all the way up here, I go back to that book and I'm like, nah, it's just fucking simple. So that I love, and then there's a book. It's kind of weird. It's called The Purpose-Driven Life, and it's kind of it's kind of like Christian, like church, but like I take all that like religion part out of it, but it's basically like you read a chapter a day for 30 days, and it's a really great reflection point on like where your thoughts are, and so that always helps me too.
I feel like you're like 100 or nothing. Like you're either all in or you're all out of something. Because you seem like that you just like you pick something and then you go 1,000%.
Yeah, how the hell do you balance?
No. Whoa!
What the hell?
Something's whoa! What?
Oh my God! We've been taken over.
Is that the ice machine?
What is going on?
Why is the ice machine farting right now? Are you kidding me? I feel like it's gonna blow.
What is
I don't want that shit.
What the fuck is
Is that for real?
What's happening?
Scalar only
Holy
on
hell,
only.
bro. So, full context, Bobby bought this ice machine.
It's a G profile. It's a great ice machine.
It was a $750 ice machine. I know you paid $50 for it off the back of the truck.
It's about $350
Off the back of the truck.
No,
It
it's
is-
an auction house.
It is damaged.
See, auction house. There you go. Off the back of the truck.
Ice. I mean, if it's
I mean, I think it's done.
able.
Ice is made.
The light-
Definitely pooping ice. Holy shit! This has never happened in any episode.
That was-
I thought it was like a deal coming out of that fucking trap door over there. What?
Happy Halloween.
I'm like, well, at least Terry got that bottle of tequila. Going down.
That was
The
great.
sauce isn't the only thing heating up.
No kidding, man.
That thing's.
Oh my god!
I don't know if even listeners could hear what was going on through his mics or not, but that was like making some.
Dude,
I thought you were
definitely
farting for a
do
minute.
that.
I'm like, what are you doing over there?
Was it?
I was like,
Wasn't I?
Oh my god!
shit.
All the hot sauce fumes got.
Yeah, that hot sauce hit me way too
Like-
quick.
Oh my gosh.
That was
So let's roll into that. So, what do I do the next day after I eat a bunch of hot sauce? That because there tends to be.
You do that.
Yeah, drink milk and have a bidet.
come down here and act like the ice
Oh my
machine.
god.
I can definitely do that. I can definitely do that.
Oh
What
my
were you saying right
God.
before that happened? Now
I don't remember.
I have to rewind
I
No,
don't fucking know.
we were talking about actually we were getting some good shit about some business books. Business
business
books.
books.
Purpose-driven life. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Purpose
Purpose
driven.
talking about the Christian book. Yeah.
Oh, I said 0 to 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick. Real quick.
Yeah, no, yeah. Mhm. Balance, you said balance.
How do you balance your life?
I
Yes.
do not have balance.
Are you seeing anyone right now? Is there any balance?
I am
kidding.
very unbalanced.
She declines to say.
I thought that was off limits.
I was on the
yeah.
intake form, off limits.
That's why I had to ask. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know, right? I knew that. I'm very unbalanced.
And that you work
You are a
way too
workaholic, though.
much.
You really do work a lot.
I do, but like I said earlier,
But it's you enjoy it.
like it is in my like
DNA.
to me it doesn't feel like I'm off balance, but if you'd ask people that I've dated whatever 100% they'd be like, this bitch is crazy. Like, there is no seriously.
Wow.
Like no seriously, like there's no common ground. Like I've heard that for years now. Like you're always on your phone, you're always sending an email, you're always on work, da 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 da. And I guess, I mean, I don't know, but it's just like my fucking mission. So it's like, I guess a lot of people can't relate to that. I don't know. Or I could be fucking terrible and have zero balance.
They're doing pretty well so far.
I don't know.
It works
I
for
really
you.
don't know. I mean, I can take ownership in the sense that, like, yeah, I probably should step away sometimes. But also, like you said, like, do you have that much life? Like, do we? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I just lost 2 good friends that are fucking 3 years older than me in the past 3 months. So do we? I don't fucking know. Not to get fucking morbid. Like the ice fish. But it just feels in my soul that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So, like, if it's a problem, then it's...
You really are.
It might...
And it works for you. But in a good way, I mean. Like, everyone's
You're
got
different.
wired
You're a
a way.
Yeah, and this was actually one of the things that.
That's hard to do. A lot of people can't do that. That's the thing. They can try to always do this and this and keep moving, but it's like for you, it's natural. You just do it.
Well, and it sucks. Like, I would be lying to say, like, it sucks to be unsuccessful in a relationship, you know? Like, I don't think I'm unsuccessful because I was supposed to be with this person and I couldn't give this up. I just think my calling is my calling, and maybe it wasn't aligned or...
Yeah. When the time's right, the time will be right, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
timing.
it's just
I don't know.
runs its course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking run it.
So one of my things, like business tends to be a male-dominated arena, very. And as you were talking about, I'm thinking about, I'm like, damn, it really is. And how does a female stand out? How does a female like get into that world and just? Because like I everything you've been saying, like, hey, I'll run through a brick wall. I'm willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. I'm willing to like fucking die for this. Like that whole mentality. Like, how does that work in that world?
I've been embarrassed a lot. I've been told no way more times than I've ever been told yes. And so I think, again, it goes back to, like, that self-belief. Like, at some point, people bring out the fucking lion in you. Like, you know, And I go back and forth because a lot of times, like, people get told no and they totally shut the fuck down. They just stop even trying. They stop thinking about what they want. They don't know anymore, right? And so I'm blessed in the way that it worked reverse, but I guess that's why.
For you, it motivates you.
Yeah, as a personal mission, I like connecting with those people, though, because it really is just simple. Like, if you just keep trying, you'll get a yes. And when you get a yes, you'll get 2 yeses. And when you get a no, you'll turn that no into a yes. And it's just like, just keep fucking going.
So more direct.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've ever been disadvantaged being a woman in a male-dominated industry?
Without question.
Especially
all the time. Still, all the time. Like, I will say, like, what I mentioned, the competitor that just hired me to do some marketing stuff with them, that, you know, was very male-dominated, did not like the fact that I was a female busting into
you could feel it, or did you know it, or did they?
I knew it. They both, like, obviously I could feel it. I'm not stupid. Body language, and I do have ears that work. So it's all. I
have ears that work.
But you know what I mean? Like, people say stuff thinking that.
You can't hear.
Yeah, you can't hear. It's not going to get back to you, and this, that, and the other. But
undertones, all that shit.
You know, unfortunately for them, I have become, because of that, pretty confrontational. So I do not have a problem having a confrontation with a male at all, and not in an maybe an aggressive way, but in a way that's productive. Direct. Though it's like, hey, if you would look at a male across the table from you and say no for XYZ, then you can fucking look me in the eye and say no for XYZ. And we can have that rebuttal conversation if it's even necessary. And we can just do fucking business.
So you get stuff done.
Yeah, but I do feel for a lot of women because, you know,
so it's definitely much tougher. I mean, you have to have thick skin and you have to have
they like don't take you serious initially. They don't think like you know your shit, or what is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think people just think, like, a lot of times, like, oh,
hi, I'm Nicole, let's drink tequila and have fun.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny is the truth is I barely fucking drink anymore, and all I do is work. You know, but people see and believe what they want to see and believe. We all know that.
That's true. Perception is reality.
But hey, listen, it's fun. They keep buying the sauce and checking on the brand, so, I mean, why do I care? I know what I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I wanted to ask that because it was...
But yeah.
You're actually the first female we've had on the show.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Which is awesome.
Thank you, gentlemen.
No, and you know, I think that's important for other listeners to hear as well. Is like, yes, I'm disadvantaged. I understand that, but you know what? Like, I have the mentality and I have the mindset to be able to push through that.
Yeah, you're like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna make it either way.
We could all be, I guess I've come to this space is we could all be disadvantaged in some right, you know? And yes, I do.
Oh, I got a booster seat, you know what I mean? I'm chair, you know? I'm disadvantaged.
Yes. So I don't like to dwell on that. And I don't like other females that I'm giving advice to dwell on that. Like, yes, are the numbers off? We can't argue that, you know, but at the end of the day, what we can do about it is just be experts in what we're bringing to the table. And, you know, fuck it. We earn our respect. We'll do it every fucking day.
Have you ever gotten complaints? Like, sauce is too hot, too this?
I mean, yeah, there's always someone that's not going to
like What's the weirdest complaint you got?
The weirdest?
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like it's like the McDonald's coffee thing. Like, like they sue because the coffee was hot. And it's
I did get a complaint from literally this customer used to order a case of hot sauce like every 3 months, and then the last complaint, he said there's no bottle stopper in the La Jefa, and I was giving this as a gift, and it's embarrassing, and I pay enough money for this.
No bottle stopper.
And I was like, dear so-and-so, your last yearly orders have not changed. We don't ever put a stopper in La Jefa because it's a mash, so it won't fit through there. Keeps ordering, never heard from him again. So I haven't had like a freaking weird one, but that I was like, wait, now you're embarrassed a year later?
See, sometimes the stoppers, you just gotta hit too much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the stopper. Yeah, I don't want a stopper.
I don't know. He was...
That's hilarious.
Where's the opportunity in the space right now? So, preface this
because it has grown.
Should have prefaced this. One of my favorite things to do. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's called Jungle Gyms. It's like an international market. Have you heard of this?
Yeah,
So,
I'm in it.
Okay, they got that whole hot sauce aisle, dude. I'll go to the bar. I'll grab like a craft beer or whatever, and I'll just walk around. I'll go to the cigar, grab some cigars. They have all these beers around the world, all this food.
It's crazy,
dude. If you want kangaroo that's sautéed in like lemongrass, you get it there.
Yeah, no, you get anything.
They have
I have never been to this place.
A whole aisle, dude. It's a 4
How did I not know this existed?
Oh yeah, it's like an amusement park.
It is. In the elephant
It's like IKEA,
international and good food. Yeah.
It's like
they
the
have that whole aisle
IKEA
of hot
Yes.
sauce.
The fire truck with the hot sauce.
Yeah, the fire truck.
Yeah.
She's in there.
We just
I did not
launched
know
in
that.
there, and we'll be doing a pop-up on January 27th.
I will be there.
Really?
I'll be there.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
sampling the sauce.
Gives me a good trip.
Yeah.
This episode will be out by then too, so yes, January 27th. Come check her out.
Yes.
But no, for like, I guess, my experience is like, what is the future of the space? I mean, obviously when I went down that hot sauce aisle, I'm like, dude, there's a lot of competition. And so how do you separate yourself from everything else and all the noise that's out there?
For me, it's connecting our consumers to our mission, which, like we just discussed, like being part of a gang of self-believers, and then also supporting the brands that support us. So, I hear so many times in restaurants and retail arenas that you would think like, oh, this large liquor company can send X amount of people out to support this restaurant launching XYZ. They do not. They don't give a fuck. They think like, oh, you're just going to order it anyway because we're so-and-so. So my touch point, my biggest customer is the people that do business with me. And so putting that as a top priority of Sauce Boss Gang has only helped me.
Creating repeat customers.
Yeah, and connection. Yeah. Like repeat customers not only on the like direct to customer side, but on our wholesale side, like people that work in the grocery stores, work in the restaurants, blah blah blah. I take extra time to get to know them and support them and have them present ideas and whatnot. And I just don't think anybody gives a lot of vendors time and attention, which I do.
Going back to this guy's the restaurant guy.
Yeah.
Much better at it than I was. Shoot.
What's going on today?
I don't know, but I still have this chicken thing. I'm getting like whiffs of this weird heat chicken.
All types of stuff. So
anyway,
this guy much better at it than I was. But I just remember as being a restaurant person and getting all these vendors come in, you're like,
yeah,
dude, this is the last thing.
You're like another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
That's your main way.
But you're so grassroots about everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
And so and eventually you have to scale that. And the name of the show, Scalers Only. We talk about scaling business, scaling lifestyle, scaling everything else that you're doing. Like how do you scale that grassroots campaign?
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. We've been doing it, testing it now, is, we have a sales method for the sauce. It either works or it doesn't for the vendor. And then we present support initiatives. And they don't get those a lot of times. So
you found a need in the industry and kind of filled it.
Yeah, and even so, let me just give you this example. So another, a way I support some of my retail customers, right? So they don't have restaurants, they're just selling the product. They can literally hire my promotion company and we'll come in, we'll sell all their inventory.
So this is
you support them. That's awesome.
Integration.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I got a marketing company.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this.
Yeah, so we're double
there's no excuse now.
Yeah. None.
And you make rips on everything.
Yeah.
That's so smart. I love vertical integration. I do.
Makes life easier.
But also too, it makes their life easier.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're trying to find employees. 10 employees called off today. We can't open this. We can open that. Oh, you want us to pop up and sell your drinks for you? No problem. We're there. We already know what's in it. Okay, cool. And then when they see the numbers, they're like, well, are you booked then?
Sauce Boss gals.
Yeah. Yes.
SBG.
PG.
Is there a gang sign?
Not yet, but maybe we could think of one.
I love it. Well, we are getting to the time, so before we go, I do want, for like other female entrepreneurs and everything out there, you're definitely, what's one good piece of advice I would have for them? What do you want to leave the listeners with?
Yeah, I just leave my ladies with just stay focused, don't listen to the noise, and just keep going no matter what. Oh,
and we also do have some fire round
Oh, yeah.
questions. If you can't
Dude,
Oh,
I got
shit.
fire.
What?
No, we have fire queen.
Fire queen question. Fire queen round
Fire
question.
queen.
I'm fucking
Questions
like
scared
that.
now. What the hell? I knew the bottom was gonna
I got something to end on too.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Can we do 1, 2, 3 this time?
Okay.
Like you go, I go, you go,
I'm
and
scared.
then we just keep going back and forth.
Okay.
Is that
You
okay?
go,
Can we
go.
do that?
Fire.
Yeah.
What,
I can start.
Go
what
ahead.
is the fire round though?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're just
You look.
We're just
Hey,
hey, face forward, please.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mhm.
Chicken wing or chicken tender?
Tender.
What?
I know.
Why?
I just the bone. I just don't fuck with it. Ribsy. That just like it's something with a bone. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. All
Bad
right.
breath or body odor?
Oh, fuck. Body odor?
Yeah, you can't. Bad breath
Is that
is
the
like.
same? I don't.
That's like.
I'm out either way.
Deal breaker either way.
I don't know.
All right.
Ooh.
Easy one. Basketball, football.
Football.
Bad makeup
Right
or
in my
bad
bucket.
haircut?
Bad makeup. Man, that shit goes left real quick.
Oh my god.
I do have a question for you, actually. Besides that,
Speaking
besides
about
your
me.
own, no, besides
Fuck you.
your hot sauce, what is your favorite other brand out there besides your own brand for hot sauce?
For hot sauce?
Yeah. Is there a brand that you like?
Ooh. I mean, if I'm talking about a big guys, I gotta shout out Tabasco. I do love me some Tabasco.
So I was
do.
gonna. Listen. Overrated, underrated. Frank's.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Frank's marketing, fucking love it. Sauce, nah.
Yeah, it's got like a fishy taste to
But
it.
the marketing,
I don't like it.
if you go to their website, read that shit. I love
On
it.
point.
I love it. I love it.
Cholula.
Cholula, time and place.
Tabasco.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm gonna pick a big brand, it's gonna be Tabasco.
Tabasco green pepper.
Sriracha.
So hold that thought for 2023. Hold that shit.
Okay.
Sriracha.
I'm not a big fan, no.
Yeah, same.
I love sriracha. It's pretty
But I feel like
Texas.
every batch is like different.
That's
I'm
so
like,
good. It's a surprise.
no, I don't.
That's like a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump
Okay.
said so. You never know what you're going to
Best
get.
barbecue. Tennessee, Memphis,
Oh,
or Texas?
Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to say Tennessee.
Okay. What about North Carolina?
I've never had barbecue in North Carolina.
You got Ray Ray's?
That vinegar? No.
Yeah, but not in North Carolina.
No, here.
Like the
Let's
air
hear
is different there.
All right, we're wrapping up before we keep going. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We
Yes,
seriously
thanks,
appreciate
guys.
you. Thanks for being the first
Thanks.
female guest, and
Yeah, this was
Cheers.
great.
always the best.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Anyways.
Oh, where can everyone find you? Instagram.
Yeah. We gotta do the plug.
You gotta do your plug.
Yeah, you can find us on Sauce Boss Gang on Instagram, Facebook, and saucebossgang.com. Order your sauce.
I was gonna ask that.
I got it. It was for drinks, dessert,
Drinks, dishes, and dessert.
Okay. Cool. The 3Ds. I got it. The 3Ds.
Triple D.
College
3Ds.
media.
Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Scalers Only, where we talk about real estate, business, lifestyle, and everything in between. Thank you, Nicole, for coming
Thank
on.
you, guys.
And I wish you the best of luck in your business. I am definitely a fan after today.
Look forward
And
to tasting
make
it.
sure to look up my girl Nicole over here. And thanks for tuning in to Scalers Only.
Thank you.
Peace. Sauce Boss Gang out. Sauce Boss Gang out.
I love it. This was so fun.